3.
Hello, Chef Ramsay. So today I'm going to be making creme anglaise. And what I will need is 6 eggs. And what I'm going to do is I only need the yolks. So I'm going to grab my 6 out right now and put this away. Okay. So in my medium saucepan, it's going to be right over here. So this recipe calls for 6 egg yolks. Most people like to crack it from here. I don't like that because it leaves shell. So tap. And I'm going to go split it halfway. And just take the egg yolks. Go back and forth until you get the egg yolks. So here's one. Oops. Here is 2. You could also separate it with your hands as well too, but the eggshell works really well to separate the eggs. And you can also cut it. There's 3. Here's 4. That's 5. Here's our 6. Oops. There's 6. I'm going to leave it here just in case I need more trash. All right, so, and I don't need the egg whites, but I'm going to use that for something later on. I'm going to put it over here. So what you'll need for this is 6 egg yolks, right? And you're going to need either, you could do it either with whole milk. No matter what happens, you need 2.5 cups. So you can either use 1.5 cup of whole milk and then 1 cup of like heavy cream, if you like it, to make it more creamier. But I don't need all the fat, so I'm just going to use the whole milk instead. So what I'm going to need is 2 cups. So I'm going to measure right up here for 2 cups of whole milk. There you go, it's 2 cups. And this will serve as my 1/2 cup, so 2.5 cups. There we go. I'm going to put the milk away. So now I have 2.5 cups. For the sugar, I'm going to need 1 cup total. So first it's going to be from a different angle. So I'm going to need 1 cup. So this is a 1/2. I'm going to serve this for later, right in here. And then I'm going to get the other 1/2 here so that way I can free my table up a little bit and move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, perfect. I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to move the sugar out of the way, okay? So now, in my saucepan, what I'm going to use is the 2.5 cups of milk first. So here's the 2 cups, and here is the 1/2 cup. So I'm going to put this away. So here it is, 2.5 cups. I'm going to turn my stove on to about medium heat, medium high. That's about a 6. I'm going to put it on 6 while that gets warmed up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sugar, the 1/2 cup, and put it in. There goes that. And then normally what I would do is take a vanilla bean, but vanilla bean right now is too expensive. So you can also substitute for a whole vanilla bean. You would just take the vanilla bean, cut it in half, and just scrape it, and then just put it in there with the whole bean itself. And put it in here and let it warm up. But since I don't have that, I'm going to use only 1 tablespoon of my vanilla. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in here, 1 tablespoon of vanilla. It'll give it the same flavor as the vanilla bean. All right, so okay. So while I have that on medium heat, what I want to do is I'm going to take the 6 egg yolks and blend it in. I'm going to start whisking it like so, like that. Get it a little custardy, and then I'm going to add in my half cup of sugar. And then I start blending it all in as well. So it'll start to look like this. And then it'll get thickened. Okay, so as it gets blended in together, I'm going to look and see. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. So I have 2 bowls here, and I can explain to you. What I'm going to do is I'm waiting for my cream and milk to thicken up. I like to use a spoon because I can see it as it gets thickened under the bottom. So the spoon, the ladle is right here. So I'm going to bring it closer to show it to you. So here is the milk and the vanilla, and I'm just going to twirl it around. With the spoon, you can actually feel it if it gets hard onto the bottom. If it sticks, you can control it much better. So I'm just, twirling it around so it doesn't stick to the bottom. So that's fine. So what I want to do is when that comes out, I'll see it a little bubbly, and as it comes out, I'm going to add like 2 to 3 ladles into the egg yolks. You never want to mix cold with hot, so I want to temper it. I want to just put a little ladle of hot at a time and then just swirl it around. And then afterwards, I'll place that into the saucepan and let it cook for the remaining 6 to 8 minutes. And then when I take that out, what I'll do is I will strain it. That's why I have this bowl and the strainer, because I don't want any lumps. You don't want your creme anglaise to have any lumps. So I will pour the rest in here, swirl it around, and then have it here. Then once I have it here, I'm going to place it in the cold bath, and that will just cool it down. And when it cools down, you can be able to serve it with fresh fruits. That's why I have this right here to show you. So this is just my garnish right there. I'm going to put it right here on the side so you can see. It's just my garnish. But what I want to do is cut up fresh fruits. These are already washed. I have, I love biscotti. So we have fresh strawberries and blueberries and raspberries. So I've washed them all 3 already. But in the meantime, because this takes about 10 minutes to thicken up, because I want it to get a little hot. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to thicken up. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is cut some fruits up so that we can serve it with the creme anglaise afterwards. A little favorite knife. Where is it? Yeah. I love my little Hinkle. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut up the fresh berries. Okay, so I'm going to have, I could use a paring knife, but I really love him. So there it is, cord it. Okay. So we're still talking because I want him to get thicker. Now it's on 6. I'm actually going to turn it down to 4. Okay. And so your cream should look like this. It should smell fragrant with a lot of vanilla in it. And you'll start to see that in the back of your ladle. See how it's still dripping? It's just getting warmed up right now. So put it back over there. I've turned it down from 6 down to 4. And in the meantime, I'm just cutting up some fresh fruits. Okay. I just want 2 strawberries. There you go. Like so. Actually, I'm going to use this as my trash. And see, the cream should thicken up in the meantime like this. And you don't want to turn it on high because you don't want it to burn. So in the meantime, I have the strawberries that I want. I'm going to take it and cut it in half. Cut it half again. Just place it into the bowl. Now, when you make this custard, you can, the creme anglaise, you could put it on, like, you know, like some apple crisp, if you like. Yeah, I like it to be put on, like a banana pudding or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this out of the way because I don't need it right now. So I wanted to show it to you. Here is my strawberries. I'm gonna put my fresh blueberries on, and this is already pre-washed. And then I'm gonna put some blackberries on. In the meantime, I want to still stir. Now I'm gonna take them off the heat for a moment. And I'll put a couple of blackberries in. So I want to show you that this is the look that I'm trying to achieve right there. And then when the creme anglaise is done, I'm gonna put it here aside. I'm gonna put all this away because I don't need it anymore. When I have the creme anglaise all done, I'll be able to pour it over there after it cools off. But I wanted to show you this, so I'm gonna put this away. Clean my hands a little bit. Clean my knife. Get back into swirling this. Okay, now I've taken the milk off of the heat. Is because I want to temp the egg yolks right now, because if I put it in too fast, it's gonna curl. So I want to take it slowly. Here's my milk. Let me show you. Put it on here. And so my milk is right here. What I want to do is just take a ladle and just slowly put it in. Slowly put it in. It's gonna emulsify. When you put it slowly in like this, you get the egg yolk and the milk at room temperature. Because if you do it too fast, it starts looking like scrambled eggs. So I just want a little bit. That's why I'm doing a little at a time. I'm going to put this down here. I just wanted to show it to you. So it should look like this. Okay? Still mixing it around because I want it to be a beautiful custard inside. So remember, this already had the sugar in here and this as well. So I'm just going to slowly add a little bit more. Because eventually what I'm going to do is try to put this in. Because all of this egg yolk custard right now is going to be into the pot. But if I put it all at once, it's going to curl. So if you feel the bowl should be cool, not hot. And it's still liquidy because that's what I want. I'm going to take a few more. Essentially, I'm trying to get like a little bit, half of the pot to go in here so that it'll be cool. So when I put the rest of this egg yolk in there, mixture, it won't be so hot. And then I'm going to cook it up. I'll return it back to the saucepan and let it thicken for 6 to 8 minutes. So I've almost taken about half of this. Normally, what they do is wait for the milk to warm down about 20 minutes, but I didn't want the video to be too long, so I'm doing it this way so that we can cut into the time of letting the milk cool off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, yeah, because normally you would wait for 20 minutes and then put the rest of the milk and all the stuff in there together. But for camera wise, I don't have 20 minutes today, so I'm just cooling it off manually by myself. So I keep adding this milk, and when I put it back in here, my chances of it curling is less. So I'm going to put in a little bit more. And it smells fantastic because you smell it very vinegary. Very vanilla-y. It smells like vanilla in my kitchen. So this is what I did. I mixed it up like this, and then I have half of it in here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'll just pour it right here then. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mixture, swirl it around just a little bit more just to cool it off, you know? And then I'm going to pour the egg yolk mixture in here, and then I'm going to return it back into onto the stove. So here we go. I'm going to take this off first. So I'm whisking it around, and I'm going to pour my egg mixture a little at a time. When you don't have 20 minutes, this is the best way to do it. So I'm putting the egg mixture and the milk together, and I'm constantly swirling around because I want it to cool off faster. And I can see the sauce starting to thicken up a little bit. And we're almost done. Okay, the rest is going in. Okay, what I'm going to do now, take the rest of this. I don't need this anymore. What I want to do is now use the ladle. So it should look like this. It's very frothy, like that, but still very runny. Frothy, but very runny. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back. It's still on 4, and I'm going to let it warm up. And as it thickens, I'd say about 6 to 8 minutes, it will thicken up. And then I will take it out and I will pour it into my strainer because I don't want any lumps into it. After I pour it into the strainer without any lumps, I'm going to place this bowl into the cold bath. And what you want to do is you want to just constantly stir it around. So for about 6 to 8 minutes, I'm going to swirl it around. So I will take a little break and I'll see you back in 6 to 8 minutes. Okay, bye.